If you've headed to the pool this summer, you might want to grab some floaties. A new survey from the American Red Cross says 44% of Americans can't perform basic water safety skills. Those skills include water for a minute and swimming 25 yards to an exit. Fear of the water is the most commonly cited barrier keeping adults from learning how to swim. I know, I'll learn someday, Julie. Not this particular decade. As for children, though, only 40% have basic swimming skills. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention says about 10 people drown each day in the U.S.
You know,
I know.
My kids are starting swimming lessons in about a week, so you could sign up.
They could teach me. If you plan to go out in the sun this holiday weekend, a new report warns not all sunscreens contain the SPF protection promised on the label. Researchers from Consumer Reports tested 20 brands of sunscreen and found only 2 provided the amount of protection listed on the bottle. That's because although the FDA requires manufacturers to test their own products, the agency does not verify the results. Researchers say despite those findings, most provide very good to excellent protection from both UVA and UVB rays. And the days of putting on sunscreen and missing a spot could soon be over. A skincare company is now marketing a drinkable sunscreen. It's called UV Neutralizer Harmonized Water. That just sounds good. The water is supposed to be as effective as sunscreen with SPF 30 or higher. Yeah, it's a good idea. You really want to take it internally? Costs $30 per bottle, but hasn't been evaluated by the FDA. I'll start using that once I've learned to swim.
When you learn to swim, that's what I was thinking, right?
And don't shame me into it. It's been a long, lifelong process. I'll learn to swim. Never. A new study might give some people second thoughts about boarding their next plane.
Disease-causing bacteria can linger for days, even up to a week on most airplane surfaces. Researchers at Auburn University found superbugs like MRSA and E. coli can last for days on such items like armrests, window shades, and tray tables.
We got to walk around in bubbles.
The worst offender is that seat pocket in front of passengers. MRSA can live there for a whole week because the cloth absorbs bacteria. Health experts recommend wiping down the area with antibacterial cloth.
Sure.
They've flown with me and my kids before. I'm there wiping it all down.
Yeah, wipe your kids too.
After the flight, you are being told to use hand sanitizer or go, wash your hands with soap and water. A Michigan teenager is hoping to raise awareness about cerebral palsy one step at a time. Next month, 14-year-old Hunter Gandy will walk from his middle school in Bedford all the way to the University of Michigan. It's about 40 miles, and he's going to do it with his 7-year-old brother, Braden, on his back. Hunter says his younger brother has cerebral palsy and says that even though it may seem like a challenge, it's nothing compared to the challenges that Braden faces every day.
That's true. Both
boys hope to someday design things to make the lives of people living with cerebral palsy a little bit easier. What a touching, sweet story.
That is great.
Well, we will be seeing some summer-like weather today. How long will that last? James will be back with the details in just a minute.
Just get the rain out. But first, here's one of the events we want to spotlight for today. Police will be hitting the streets to raise money and awareness. The annual Law Enforcement Torch Run for Special Olympics starts at 10 this morning. The 8.25-mile course starts at the Bettendorf Police Department. You're watching the Quad Cities First News. Good Morning Quad Cities at 4:30.